Do you lead an active lifestyle? Do you do a lot of outdoor activities? Do you like to enjoy wine when you're on a camping trip or on a picnic, but carrying a bottle of wine and a corkscrew is just added baggage you don't need? Try wine in a can. Join Cindy, Christine, and myself as we share 6 reasons to drink wine in a can versus a bottle, and we will also tell you about 3 quality canned wines we're drinking. We invite you to watch along, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share with us what canned wines you've been enjoying. The idea of wine in anything other than a bottle used to make most of us shake our heads no. For years, canned wine was seen as a cheap alternative, offering convenience and an attractive package. But recently, it's undergone a perception evolution, not unlike how screw caps did when they first came into the market. Drinking wine in a can is a great idea for many reasons. Woohoo! Cheers, ladies.
Yeah, cheers.
Here are 6 reasons to drink wine in a can versus a bottle. 1, a can is a stable environment. No oxygen can get through a can. And that means there's less necessity to add sulfur to preserve it.
2, cans can be easily stored and quickly chilled down when you want to drink them, and they stay chilled longer.
3, cans are more environmentally friendly. According to the EPA, only 26.4% of glass containers actually get recycled, whereas beer and soft drink cans get recycled at a rate of 54.9%.
4, you do not need a corkscrew to open a can of wine, and you also don't need a glass. We like to drink our canned wine in a glass, but you can drink straight from the can, just like this.
Point 5, cans are light, portable, and convenient when on the go. Canned wines are ideal for a day at the park, backyard barbecues, picnics, camping, a rafting trip, or just drinking outside.
And number 6, 1 can is the equivalence of half a bottle of wine. That means that 2 people can share a can with a glass of wine each, or 1 person can enjoy 2 glasses of wine without wasting the rest of the bottle.
Based on these 6 reasons, it's no wonder the canned wine segment has seen an overall growth of 68% to about $200 million in 2020 alone. There are almost 600 winemakers, up 35% from 2019, offering more than 1,500 canned wine SKUs.
Wow.
To give a little more perspective, according to Nielsen, a global market research company, glass bottles still maintain 88% of the market share, and boxed wine came in second, accounting for 9% of wine sold. However, canned wine is the fastest growing packaging type, and sales increased over 79% in 2020.
You might still be wondering, is canned wine really good? Yes. This was a space once occupied almost solely by cheap mass market products. But the quality of canned wines has dramatically improved over the past few years. You now have small independent producers and other fine wine producers who are taking the category seriously. And they offer high quality juice, some of the same stuff they actually put into the bottles. Now they put it in a can. And these producers are creating a luxury niche in a fast growing category. So Christine, tell us about the canned wine you've got.
Well, thanks for asking. I am drinking the most beautiful, I just adore the color here. This is from Stag's Hollow Winery, and it is Muscat Frizzante. I have not opened this one. I have opened this one. Okanagan Valley. So each can is $7.49 Canadian or $29.96 for a liter. So that's pretty cool. Okanagan Valley. Stag's Hollow is located in the Okanagan Falls sub-GI of the Okanagan Valley, British Columbia, and the winery has been crafting beautiful wines for just about 20 years. The Okanagan Valley is a approximately, depending on how fast I drive, a 4-hour drive away from my house in North Vancouver. The Okanagan has 50, you heard that right, 50 lakes. Yeah. So winemaker of Stag's Hollow, Kira Lefranc, thought the idea to make her Muscat Frizzante would be amazing and more accessible for our on-the-go British Columbia lifestyles. This is their very first wine in a can. The idea to make canned wine came from looking for more portable packaging options to match the distance and outdoor socializing and safety precautions due to COVID. Kira told me that Muscat Frizzante has always been a super fun wine to make and enjoy. But now that our social circles are getting smaller, opening a bottle of wine, might not always get consumed, right? And so some wines like this Frizzante has teeny tiny bubbles and they are going to stay fresh with the serving size being a little bit smaller. The Stag's Hollow Muscat Frizzante comes in 4 eye-catching and vibrant color gradients. I can only show you 2 because I drank the other 2. To stay true to, the past of Muscat Frizzante, also having an eye on the future in terms of branding, and the labels align with where the direction of the winery is going. So I just want to give you a quick tasting note here. Oh man, it's just bright and lively. This is so floral, orange blossom, peach and pear. It just smells like almost summer in a glass. It's so pretty. Mm. Yep, absolutely beautiful, delicate, tiny little bubbles. I want to take this camping. I want to take this on a road trip. I want to take this everywhere. Thank you, Stag's Hollow. Awesome idea. Allie, I want to know what you are drinking.
Well, it's, rosé, because we all love our rosé and 'tis the season. And it came from a can. This is the Sands Wine Co. 2019. Yes, a vintage can wine. Rosé from the Poor Ranch in Hopland, Mendocino. These go for $10 a can. And Sands Wine Co. was founded by Gina Schober and Jake Stover. Stover's originally from Kansas and came to Sonoma, where he got into organic farming. And he was intrigued with understanding how you could minimize pesticides and other chemicals from farming. And he launched his own farming business. And Schober worked in restaurants and later wine sales and understood the art of selling wine. So on their first date in 2014, Stover took Schober to a vineyard he was developing on the Sonoma coast. And as they were driving, she looked at him, watched the people rafting down the river, and said, "Let's start a canned wine." So in 2016, Jake and Gina launched Sands Wine Co. And the name Sands was inspired by the translation without. So when we talk about the quality of canned wines, for every wine that Sands Wine Co. makes, it comes from premium organic wine grapes made in a natural style, meaning minimal intervention, low intervention. They're really focused on putting the variety, the vineyard location, and the vintage date on the cans. They work with native yeasts and they ferment and age in all of the wines in stainless steel. And ultimately, every wine you have is a pure expression of the vineyard sites. So really varietally correct wines and very drinkable. You can choose Sauvignon Blanc, Riesling, Rosé, Rosé Bubbles, Carbonic Carignan, Cabernet Sauvignon, and Zinfandel. And each wine is certified vegan, unfined and unfiltered, and has no added sulfites. Not things you expect to hear from a canned wine, but that's what it is. And what I love about this is that this rosé is actually a rosé of Carignan. Carignan, not what you expect in a can, but it's a dry farmed, head trained vineyard called the Poor Ranch Vineyard in Mendocino County. And I get wild strawberries and tart cherry and raspberry and cranberry and a little orange peel and even a little cardamom. And it's delicious in the glass. It's delicious in the can. Cindy, what are you drinking?
Oh my gosh, I've got this great Malbec Bonarda blend from Santa Julia Tintillo from Mendoza, Argentina. $6 for the can, which basically is 2 glasses, right? So you've got $3 per glass. Now, since the 1950s, the Zuccardi family has pioneered wine growing in Mendoza. And a Bodega Santa Giulia was created in honor of Giulia Zuccardi, who's part of the third generation of the Zuccardi family. So ergo the name on the can. So Santa Giulia is one of Argentina's largest certified organic wine producers. And they produce wines using sustainable practices, which is wonderful, organically grown grapes while making contributions to protect the environment too. So in February of 2019, the winery released a line of 3 canned wines, Chardonnay, Malbec Rosé, and then this Tintillo red blend. So the Tintillo is light, refreshing, red blend, 50% Malbec, 50% Bonarda. This is what it looks like in the glass. So, you usually think of, a white or a bubbly or a rosé, but like you said, this is a rich red wine, snappy, tart acidity, really fruit forward.
Sounds perfect for camping.
I know.
It's amazing. And you know what? It's easy drinking. And it's kind of counterintuitive to think of a red wine in a can and then with a chill on it, because I've chilled it, which softens all the tannins. It's delicious. No one is going to complain about this. You pull this out at a picnic, people are going to go, heck yeah.
And $6. I mean, $6 is amazing.
I know. These prices are incredible. So yeah, I will definitely buy more of these. This is just delicious. I love the label. It's all good.
Hey, Sin, don't you have a boat? Wouldn't those be perfect on a boat too?
Let's all come to the boat and pop the can.
Woo! You don't have to worry about
Everyone's invited. You read this and you've gotten this far, you're invited.
You don't have to worry about breaking glass. That's a danger when you're by the pool on a boat or somewhere with water or barefoot. I mean, cans are just a great, all those people that were always drinking beer, we can now drink our wine.
That's right. Same thing. Even better.
Well, are you planning a camping trip or a day at the beach or a picnic? Maybe you're going to Cindy's boat. I don't know. But maybe you just don't want to open an entire bottle of wine. So start packing those canned wines. They fit really well in your wine fridge or your regular fridge. We invite you to subscribe to our channel and don't miss another episode of Crush on This. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.